Hey guys, okay, so we're officially going to get started tonight, and I'm so excited because I have several people who are going to share a little bit about an experience that we all had together this last weekend. So, as you guys know, we went to the ANMP, which I've never gone. I don't know. I know there's a few people that had attended before, but it was such an incredible event for I think all of us, and it was neat because it wasn't just Bravenly, but we got to look at the network marketing world through the eyes of the industry as a whole, right? All of these different people as a whole, and that was really really cool. So we enjoyed hanging out together, right? I enjoyed getting to know some of these girls and guys a little bit more, and that was really special because the ANMP offered an environment where it was a little more intimate, right? When we're at conference, there's so many people, and this way we got to kind of just have our own little group of Bravenly people where we really connected and grew from each other. And anybody who went, man, it was an investment of time, it was an investment of money. But props to the people that went because I know that we grew by leaps and bounds. So I'm going to do a real quick takeaway before I let you guys hear from the other people that had a chance to experience this. But I'm going to tell you right now, you guys, that going to this, and I know that we're going to probably all echo some of the same sentiments here, but going to this really just built up my belief in network marketing again because I've believed in it, right? I've always believed in it, but just to see the level of professionalism that was there and the fact that it's like it attracts some of the coolest humans you've ever seen. Like we got to rub shoulders not just with each other, but some people out there that you're just like, my mind was blowing at the caliber of people that do network marketing, right? We're not messing around. Like this is something where, there's it's brilliant people believe in this industry. So why don't we, right? It's like multi-millionaires are engaged in this. So why do we sit there and we're like, oh, it's one of those things. Oh, I wouldn't do that. Oh, and it's so funny because it's like they know what this is, yet we sit here and we doubt it, right? And I, didn't come into this a multimillionaire, right? I came into this like a mom who wanted diapers for her baby. So I'm just like, they got it. And I feel like those of us that can get the weird mindset of the stigma out of our mind and really run with what this is, that's going to posture us in a way to do huge things in the industry. And that's really like 90% of it right there is mindset, right? I mean, that's another theme of things we learned. So I was really excited to be a part of this. I was really excited to learn from other people. But really, like I said, my biggest takeaway was truly how blessed I am to be a part of this and how excited I am that we get to be a part of this and how there's no room for shame or like, let's hide what it is. Like if anybody asks me, I've had a few people in the last few days, hey, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a network marketer and dang proud of that, right? I mean, that's really what it is. And it's like, if somebody doesn't see it, well, the best minds see it. And if they don't, that's unfortunate. But we can lead the way and we can show up. And here's the thing. I read a quote once that said, the more that you believe in the decisions, the less you need other people to believe in your decisions. And that's powerful. And the more that I fall in love with this industry, the less I care if someone else does or not, right? And guess what that makes you when you don't care what people think? Makes you bulletproof, right? It makes you bulletproof. So anyway, you guys have heard lots from me. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over because we got lots of people to hear from. Our first person that's going to share is Robin, who has been, I know she's a veteran in the ANMP world, and so she's going to have a lot of good nuggets for us.
Okay, can you guys hear me all right? Yay. Okay. So I am really excited to share with you guys tonight because last year, Aurelia and I both attended this meeting and it was absolutely phenomenal. And I have to tell you, I pre-purchased my ticket last year at the meeting. So you guys that went, you got a $200 discount. So yay, you. That is fantastic. But my biggest takeaways were several things. I actually wrote down a few things so I could share them with you and stay on task here. But people by people, that's the one thing that they do. And that is what instills belief. People by people. And when that happens, your faith turns into belief, your belief turns into passion, not only in the industry, but in your company, in your products, and also in yourself, right? It always happens that way. And if you are a leader, you're going to have to do every single thing that you possibly can to be able to help others on your team to be able to believe in themselves and believe in all the things that we talked about. So don't ever look for things to be perfect because they're not going to be perfect. We are in a constant state of both building and rebuilding our teams because there's always going to be people coming in, there's always going to be people going out. And you've got to stay focused. You've got to stay focused on consistency. The other thing you need to do is focus on personal development as well as your belief. Another one of the speakers that was there, I thought he was great, and he was there last year, Patrick Shaw. He mentioned that the gig economy that we're in right now is really one of our best friends. And the reason for that is because right now people are looking for extra money. They're looking for an extra $250 to $500 a month. And they're going out and they're trading time for dollars. They're putting time and effort into working a part-time job that's only going to pay them maybe $250 to $500 extra a month over and above what they're making at their jobs, right? So what we can do is we need to start trying to help people get to the director level. That's getting them to that level where they're making that kind of income. And the faster we do that, and the faster we teach them to teach other people on their team to do the same thing, the faster our businesses are going to grow. All right. Another thing is ways that we can actually talk to people when we are asking them about maybe getting involved in our business. And I wrote this down so I could read it to you exactly. Larry and Taylor Thompson, who have been in the industry for over 50 years, said, what if I could show you a way that $500 a month could help you on your grocery bill or maybe offset some costs? So see, if we actually talk to people about offsetting their costs, a lot of times that's a lot easier than talking to them about buying our product, right? And then that's where we can actually get people to say, yes, I want to be a part of your business. I want to do this with you. I don't want to just use your products. I want to actually make some money, right? So talk to people about the gig that you guys have, because really, I think our gig is the ultimate gig. It's really the best one that's out there. And if you have recruited only one person, don't feel bad about that, because guess what? If you've recruited one person, that means you can go out and you can do it again, right? You can do that again. And your own personal story is going to be your most powerful tool that you have, because people are looking for you. People know you. They want to hear your story. They don't want to hear somebody else's story coming out of your mouth that's not you. They want to hear you. They want to hear from your heart. And another lady that really, really spoke to me was Margie Aliprandi. I loved her, and she was great. She said, service annihilates fear, and massive action annihilates fear. You know, sometimes we're really afraid to go out and talk to people. You know, we're like, what do I say? What do I say? But, you know, when you get into action and you go out and you start talking, it's easier every single time you talk to somebody. And the only way that you are going to lose is if you quit. And none of us are going to quit. I know that. And she brought this up too, that there's no such thing as strengths versus weaknesses. A lot of times we look at other people who have been very successful in this business and we think, wow, they have strengths that I don't have. But you see yourself as maybe having less strengths than someone else. But what it is they have only developed things that you haven't. That's all. That's the only thing that it is. You have no weaknesses. So don't ever think that you are weak, because success is going to equal your desires versus the outcomes. And so what that means is let's all go to work and let's all make it happen, because we can all go out and we can plant a seed that is going to create shade for a lifetime or generations to come. Okay. So I'll leave that with you guys.
That was so good. Oh my goodness. So hold on, my little phone glitched up. That was amazing, Robin. I love that. So many great nuggets. The one I just want to put a highlight on right here is service. Service annihilates fear. You guys, it is not scary to serve someone, to love someone, to pour into them. And that is absolutely how you can grow, is, you know, by like, what value can I add this person? How can I serve this person? And when you start doing that, you make friends real quick, right? You make connections. So that was, all the nuggets were great, but that one was my favorite, Robin. Thank you for sharing. All right. So next, we're going to have the Svensons come up and share. So excited to have this power couple come on. You guys, there's so much greatness in these two. They're one to watch as they navigate and rise through the Bravenly world here. And so definitely, I'm excited to hear what they have to share with us tonight.
Well, hello. Hopefully y'all can hear us okay. Our internet is a little bit spotty out in the country. Hopefully y'all are hearing us, right? Okay, good. So the most meaningful thing, and I'll just talk for a few minutes, I'll hand it over to Jeremy. He likes to talk more than me anyways. But the most meaningful thing for me in the conference was kind of two things. one, the idea of like everybody's talked about belief so far, right? And that a lot of times that's what keeps us from getting into action is the belief. And really that's what was poured into us all weekend long was just the idea of like what we are doing is worthy work. And it really truly is like when you see everybody on stage or even the people you're meeting that you're sitting next to, like, and the stories that they have about their families being set free and what they're able to do because of the work that they're doing here. And then the ripple effect of what other families are able to do because of what we're doing here. It's hard not to be around that and not have belief yourself. So that's one of the biggest takeaways was just, we are doing worthy work. And they asked the question, many of you are probably moms, and they asked the question to us, okay, well, would you take a bullet for your kiddo? And I was like, absolutely. Like I would take 5, right? Like I love my kid that much. I'll be full on mama bear for him, right? But how many no's will you take for your kiddo? And that was like, oh, that one hurt a little because the fear of rejection is very real. A lot of us will get in our own way and not talk to people because we're afraid of what they're going to say. We're afraid of their no. But at the end of the day, it's like, I would take a bullet for my kid, but I won't take a no for him. Or how many no's will I take for him? Because moving forward, I don't care how many no's it takes. I want to be a yes mom and I want to say yes to him. So I'll take everybody else's no all day long. And for me, another thing is like, it's just really easy to overcomplicate this, right? Like I want to be the most polished version of myself. I want people to see the best qualities of me, right? And so when you are going out and talking to people, what I've learned is that actually gets in the way. People really genuinely just want to see you being you. They want to feel that heart connection and you being genuine with them. And so it's just keeping it simple, conversation over presentation, just serving people. How can I help you? Right. And whoever has the most conversations at the end of the day is the one that's winning. So I'll let you take it from here.
Man, guys, wasn't she fire? Man, she really brought the heat there. And I'm actually kind of sad that I got to follow her up. So just bear with me. But anyways, one thing, my biggest takeaway from the whole weekend, and just so that you guys have a little background story real fast, Megan and I have never done network marketing, as an income. We've always supported companies and gotten in for the discounts, but we've never done the business side of things. But one thing that I loved so much about the whole weekend, and it seemed like the whole entire theme was wrapped around getting back to the basics. I can't tell you how many freaking leaders got up there and said, we've got to get back to the basics. One thing that just hit me right in the heart, okay, is that you're not going to be able to cheat the grind. We all have a grind in front of us, and we're not going to be able to cheat that. You can't skip over it. You can't get away from it. It just is what it is, and we just got to combat it. Marcy and Jim, they're just super, super great people to us, and they always say this industry is like a batter getting up to play baseball, okay? If he goes up and he has a batting average of 150 batting average, that means he's a pro baseball player and earns $1 million a year. Well, that's only hitting the ball, guys, only 15% of the time. So you're not cutting the grind out of your life. Okay, so I really love that. A couple other things that I wrote down here, and man, I could share all this notebook with everybody, but you've got to help people see the small wins. All the small wins that you help other people have lead to your big win. So if your organization isn't seeing small wins, you're not going to see your big win. Okay. All right. So it's also getting back to that. I think that a lot of people as well, they get so hung up on this. Network marketing, guys, it hasn't changed. We just have more tools. Okay. And I think that we've just really have overcomplicated this whole entire industry. We've created a bad taste in everybody's mouth. I can't tell you how many people said that is like, how do we get this bad taste out of people's mouth about our industry? One, we have to believe in what we're doing. And two, you can't be afraid to share it. Okay. You can't be afraid to share it. Another thing is utilize your social media as your business card, guys. Mm-hmm. Like that is so good. I didn't even think about utilizing it in that way. Like that is who you are. You can hand a business card to somebody, but guess what they're doing? They're going to go look you up on Facebook. And if your Facebook doesn't show how beautiful your kids are and what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, they're just going to be like, spammy, I'm not following them. Okay. They want to see you in authenticity. Okay. They want to see you for who you are. And then I'm going to leave you guys with these last two things as I'm funneling through here. Do you live your life as did I live, did I love, and did I matter? Okay. And then the last thing is this: we have control, we have no control over the thoughts that enter our mind. However, you have 100% control of how those thoughts are carried out. Okay. I love all of you. I'm so thankful for this opportunity, Carly. I'm handing it back to you.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. Both of you guys are amazing, and I love hearing you speak. I forgot that comment is utilize your social media as a business card. I've written that down, and that is such a good nugget, you guys. And I think that's so powerful. And then again, like reiterating back to the basics, you guys, we have overcomplicated it. In the last 5 years, people have systemized the thing to death, right? They've done this and that. And the truth is what it does network marketing look like? It's networking. It's networking and marketing. If you break it down to those simple things, it's the reality of what we are. I mean, systems are great, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, we are making it too hard, and it comes down to a great conversation, a cup of tea with a friend, right? Or coffee or whatever, right? Brew. Anyway, I love that. And then Megan, worthy work. Yes, sister, that's what we're here for. Worthy work. So we can be with those babies, and we're here, to take a bullet for these kids. And right yesterday, when we started to see those paychecks come in and we started to see those wins, and I got lots and lots of teary messages in my inbox, and I'm like, right here, I told my husband, I'm like, I know we've been busy. I know I just had the travel week from you know what, but at the end of the day, wow, look at the impact we're making. And I was in tears last night because I got to hear the blessings that this made for all of you. So it's good, worthy work. All right. So next on my list, I've got Andrea. I'm so excited to hear from her. So she's just, I mean, she was a trooper. I don't think she knew anybody. She came there and just instantly became part of our Bravenly family. I love this girl to death. So I cannot wait to hear from her. Do you need
There we
help
go.
until you like?
Wait,
Okay.
no, I got it. I'm of the older generation, so finding those little buttons sometimes is hard. This was my first ANMP, and I was absolutely amazed. The things that I came away with was going into the conference, and the term network marketing or MLM or all those things, you know, are kind of taboo. You don't kind of walk around saying, oh, I'm a network marketer, or oh, I'm a multi-level marketer. And they made it, you know, when you're watching, you know, Rob Sperry and, you know, all the guys who started it in the beginning, saying it's okay to be proud of where you came from. It's okay to say that you're part of this business. It's okay to do, you know, it's okay to be okay with what you're doing, you know. That was big for me. Community was huge for me. I feel like a lot of the times I keep on looking out into the world to find peace and joy and love and all those things, when all I really need to do is look on the screen and see that there's joy and love and community and the team spirit. And like Carly was saying, I didn't know anybody, but you would never know walking out of that conference that I didn't, because people make other people aware, especially on this team, that you are part of this team, you're part of this community, and we're going to support you 100% from the day you started till the day you find all the success that you need. One of the big comments that I heard that really struck me is everything we want is on the other side of fear. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we think we need or what we want. We still have to get through that brick wall to get to what we want. We have to push down those barriers and just make the things that we want known and respected. And by doing that, you know, by sharing our gifts, by sharing our knowledge, but keeping it simple at the same time. You know, as I've become educated with the Bravenly products, sometimes it's easier to spew the information that you've learned instead of touching the hearts that need it. You know, so instead of telling everybody about this new product and the berberine and all the, wonderful things that it can do, you just tell them, you have your serving heart and you just tell them their pain points, and just going back to the basics instead of trying to explain everything in an educated way, just going back to the basics and hitting their pain points and making it a product that they're going to want to have in their lives, and then another thing was, as we were listening to all this, information on onboarding and AI and all the things, it was like, these guys aren't doing that. We have a great onboarding system. So it was kind of nice to know that Aspen's put her company, our company, in the forefront of everything, so that we're not behind. We're right where we're supposed to be, and even ahead of other companies that don't have these systems. And then one takeaway with MLMs is there's a lot of people on my team that are dealing with network marketing trauma, and just easing those stresses with our team members and letting them know that they're in a safe spot, that we're going to take them into a place that they don't have to worry about being neglected, teased, bullied, that this is a safe place for them, and network marketing is a safe place for everybody. So those are the things that I took away from it. And one of the reasons I started was for community, and this community is what's going to keep me going too.
Oh, I love that. I love that. It's so cool that we can connect like we did, because it's a smaller group and everything. That alone is getting to things like the ANMP, you guys. And yeah, there's no mean girls here. And I love that we create that culture where everybody matters and everyone's important, and we will stand behind that. You guys, you want to see a feisty side of me, try the mean girl route. It's not happening here. We are going to viciously protect this culture and community. We are. And so thank you so much for sharing, my friend. I appreciate you. All right, so next I have Maria, who's going to share. This girl can work a room. Like, I swear, she was making friends left and right. I was worried that she was either going to get recruited or that she was going to start recruiting some big leaders, because she, like I said, she was awesome. So much fun. I love her energy. So go for it, friend.
Hello. This is actually my very first time attending ANMP or any network marketing event in that aspect. I've gone to conventions, I've gone to retreats, and I've seen the way people move when they're on the same team, when they're not on the same team. And when we walked into that stage and we heard the leaders speak, and the first thing that came out of Garrett's mouth was no income, no telling us where you're from, no doing any of that. Like, everyone loves where they are, and that's how it's going to stay. Like, that was like amazing to me, because you get fear that you're going to walk into the events and people are going to try to talk to you in recruiting. And it's funny you say that, Carly, because I've been in a few network marketing companies, and I've always been told we don't attend those kind of events. Like, you go to convention, you go to retreats, and that's it. You stay with your company, you stay with your team. You don't listen to other people in the industry. And I'm like, why? Like, nobody's going to gatekeep anything here. And that's what I love, because everybody shared what they knew and how they were succeeding and what failed and what was working for them. And nobody gatekept anything at all. And that was my favorite thing, because on day one, I believe it was Garrett that said, when it comes to network marketing, we are doing worthy work, and we're going to walk worthy together. And that was like what the main, like, I guess you can say, quote of the whole weekend was, is like, we're doing worthy work. We're leading with our heart. We're being genuine. We're being authentic. And that's all that you can do. I met some nice leaders in other companies and people that I followed in my network marketing career, where I was like, I really want to be like them one day. I really want to rub arms with them just to pick their brain and know, like, what is it that they're doing that I can do to go ahead and show and duplicate to other people. Because it's one thing to work with people in your own company, but it's a whole nother thing when you hear from so many other leaders out there that are able to share, and you get to be able to kind of like see what failed for them so that you're not failing. And another thing I took away from this weekend was using the tools that they gave us this weekend. For example, we got a bag, and in that bag, we've got tons of knowledge. We've got tons of workbooks. We've got books from a lot of the speakers. And one of my favorite that I started reading was A Slight Edge. And I'm going to say something really quick about this, and I'll close it out with this. In this book, he was talking about, in the very first chapter, he was talking about two guys, and the two guys ended up becoming himself. And he was explaining how when you're failing, what you do to, what was it, fail? Hold on, I got you. 1 second. Okay, fail, survival, and success. So what you don't realize is that when you are failing and you hit rock bottom, you're like, what can I do to do better? Okay, good. Do X, Y, Z every single day. Be consistent every single day. Now you're at survival. And you're like, okay, I survived. I did it. I'm here. Okay, now how do I succeed? And then they go on and succeed. But what that happens is they get complacent. And then they fall into that failing pattern again. All because they don't continue to do those same things every single day to stay consistent, to keep that success and to keep that momentum. So I was really grateful that I had the opportunity to be in a building with these people. I am nobody right now, but I know that I will be somebody in 30 or 40 years, just like those network marketers that have been in the industry for so many years. And I'll be able to have my story. And honestly, my story didn't begin 5 years ago when I walked into network marketing. I feel like my story began this weekend at ANMP because that is where it lit the spark in me. And it's like, aha, I can do this too. There were moms in the room, there were dads in the room, there were grandparents in the room. And it just was so amazing to know that if they were able to succeed and fail, they're still succeeding and striving to become their best self, even in their baby boomer years. So I was super grateful to have the opportunity to attend, and I was super able to be able to share that with you guys today. So thank you, Carly, for having me on.
Thank you. So good. You totally crushed it. I love hearing you speak. You did an amazing job, friend. But of course, we all have to address the elephant in the room. You said, I'm not someone now, but I will be in 30 to 40 years. I'm like, sister, no, you absolutely are amazing now. You took the effort to go to the ANNP. You rocked the room. You made friends with top leaders. And now you're sharing your expertise and wisdom right here. You are such a valuable, loved part of this team, this community. And a growing leader here, and we're honored to have you with us. So yeah, we'll all be better in 30 to 40 years, but girl, as you are today is such a blessing to all of us. You are a rock star. So thank you, friend. Everything you said, I absolutely loved. And loved it. Okay, we got a good deal. We got a whole thing of books. I haven't started the Slight Edge yet. I'm really excited for that one. And they fed us meals. Like, hello, that was amazing. So I thank you for sharing that on the book, because I'm going to dig into that one next. All right, so we got two more speakers. They're both named Kristen. Anyway, the next one is going to be Kristen Manassian, who we sat next to each other and probably talked more than we listened half the time. Bad on us. So I'm glad I'm listening now. But we had lots of good stuff to talk about. But it was super, super fun. And anyway, I love her takeaways. So I'm really excited for her to share her takeaways with all of you.
Hi. Okay. Forgive me. I'm very flustered. Carly knows we got off a call 10 minutes before this call. I had to take my son to band and all the things, but so Carly messaged and she was like, hey, would you share? And I said, I don't think you want me to share, Carly. And she was like, why? And I told her my takeaway. And she was like, no, there are people that need to hear what you have to say. And so I'm just going to peel back all the layers and throw it all out there really quickly. Honestly, I'm also very present. I'm a crazy baseball mom. And so I live here in Dallas. So I didn't get to stay for all of it. So I know I missed a lot of it. But when I got there, it was immediate. So I am someone who's always said, to be successful in this industry, you have to have three components. You have to believe in yourself. That is the most important thing. You have to believe that you will get to where you want to be. You have to believe in your company and your products. You have to wholeheartedly believe in that. And the third component is you have to believe in this industry. And while, yes, I may be a VP here, I lost that third component. And Carly knows the belief in the industry for me lately has been a struggle. I don't know about you guys, but I've been in this industry for 10 years. And my social media is not so pretty anymore. It's a lot of bashing other companies. It's a lot of drama, which I avoid drama like the plague. It's just not who I am. It's a lot of new company, this company, or I'm going to just be honest. It's a lot of people jumping to other things that are outside of this industry and then bashing what network marketing did for them during that season of life. There's a lot of negativity around this industry right now. I'm also in a group of good friends of mine who have all left this industry, and they talk a lot of negativity about this industry. And so that third component has kind of been beating me down lately. And also, just going to plug, I haven't been able to get to Belly to Belly events this year. It has been a season. Thank God for Bravenly, because they've understood the season of life that I'm in. I haven't been able to get to a lot of in-person events this year like normal. I don't get to go to Punta, which I'm depressed about, which was another factor. So all of these things kind of just have been playing into like, okay, like I know I can do this, and I know that Bravenly is, I will say it is the best of the best of the best, but that third component's been kind of missing for me. And so getting to this event and being with other people in this industry that aren't with Bravenly, that was actually a huge thing for me, to know the impact that this industry is making, not just what Bravenly is doing, what this industry is doing, to see the people talking about the success that they're having, to have conversations in the lobby with strangers who are literally in tears telling me what this industry's done for them, and me telling them that what it's done for me, was everything that I needed. It was everything that I needed, because this industry is seriously still changing lives. Whatever you see on social media, all of that stuff, it's not real. It's just bitter people. I'm just going to put it out there. It's just bitter people, or it's people that are lost. And I give them so much grace, because it's okay to get lost. It's okay to feel burned out and think, oh, there's something else that I need to do. It's okay. But to see how this industry is still impacting people's lives beyond just mine, beyond the fact that I still get to be home with my kids instead of back in the classroom teaching, like to see how it's truly blessing people, really was that final component that I was just like, and I'm telling you, you'll notice, like Carly's even messaged me. She's like, your content girl. I'm like, I'm back. I feel it again. I feel that belief is now there. Those three components all lined back up, and it's all there again. And it's because of this event. So I can't even, I've been to one other event before that was not a company focused event. Now be careful, because there are people that are going to try to be like, let's be friends on Facebook. I'm going to try to recruit you. There are going to be those people. Be careful. But these events where it's not just company specific, it's so empowering in so many ways. And it teaches you so much about this industry. And so for me, just walking away, ignited into how this industry is going to bless so many people. And I think Carly may talk about this, but like, the right ones, and we know we're part of the right one. Like, my soul is back on fire again for what network marketing is and what we can do in this space. So thanks, Carly, for letting me share that. I know it was a little like, oops. So I was a little nervous about sharing it, but that's just how I ended the event.
I love that. But here's the thing. It's important, you guys, because we're not going to take our truth and shove it under the rug and just be like, I'm just like toxic positivity Pollyanna all the time. Like, that's not what we're doing here. You know, she's being honest and transparent that she's allowed the circumstances of what she's seeing on social and her social circle tear down her belief. And that happens to all of us. Okay, we all can get to that place. And I love that you acknowledge that you saw that, and she took action to be in that place where, you know, she built her belief back up, right? She didn't just stay in that place. And here's the thing, you guys, it's like, when I look at my organization and Bravenly as a whole, you know, I can tell you that the people that are really loud on social media that are bashing it or complaining or whatever, and we talked about it this in the beginning, right? You know, it's like you're bulletproof when you don't care what they think. But the truth is that's such a tiny, teeny fraction. Remember, insecurities are loud. That's what you're going to see out there, is that little teeny tiny fraction of those people, when in reality, most people, there's a lot more people behind the scenes who are crying and thanking God because this opportunity changed their life. It blessed them. So yeah, you're going to get those people who are the loudest. You know what? you hear 100 comments, right? I remember I did a post, it went viral. I probably had 1,000 comments on that thing. And what ones did I pay attention to? The ones that stung the most. Why? And it was my husband. It was literally my husband. He's like, look at all these followers you've got and all this praise and all these people that love you. Why are you focusing on the less than 1%? And we do that. Why? Why? And we let it taint like our beliefs. And so, like Kristen, like I love that you shared that, because I think it's such a powerful reminder that, you know, we can let our outside influence take us off track. And then, you know, you plugged in, you stayed present, and you allowed yourself to have that belief built back up, and now you're unstoppable, right? You're on fire. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing. All right, you guys. So we are going to close it out strong with Kristen Gonzalez. This is our newest SED leader, you guys. She will be at the top. She is just so, so incredible. Such a wonderful leader. We love her to pieces. So anyway, go ahead and finish us out.
Okay, well, thanks for having me and having me close out here. A lot of what I was going to say has been said, so I will try not to repeat, but it might repeat a little bit. But first off, yeah, like Maria had said, I actually haven't really gone to a network marketing event like this where it's multiple people from multiple companies. It's kind of been just like one company. Actually, we were told like not to go, like, you don't need to learn from anybody else. You just learn from the people in our company. That's all you need to learn from. It's who we have here. We have great people, which they did. But I'm a former teacher, so I love learning. I love like expanding my knowledge, hearing from different people, especially people who are in places of where I want to be. And so if you're going to be better, you have to surround yourself with the people who have done it, have like gone through the suck and have made it out and been successful. And so it was really cool to see people who have been in network marketing for 40 plus years and what they have gone through to get to where they're at. People who have just done incredible things. Like you know, they say you're the average of your 5 people around you. I'm trying to level up that average all the time because I just want to be better as a person too. And so it was neat to see and hear them talk about kind of all generations of people who need network marketing. It was really cool because the first speaker spoke to us about, I don't even know, what are they called? The Gen Z, X, Y, Z. I don't know, the 25-year-old. Sorry, I don't know. That might be you. But I don't know what they're called. I already forgot. The Gen something. Y'all help me out. But I think a lot of us feel like, oh, they don't want network marketing. They're anti-MLM. They don't want this kind of industry, when really they do. They really do. They are entrepreneurs at heart. They don't want to be tied down to corporate America. They want to have the freedom. They actually do really like having something that's their own, but you have to speak to them in their language and in their lingo. And so they told us some words to use and not use, like don't use join us, join me, come join. They don't like join. They like more of let's get started. Let's get started. Instead of like, this is my sponsor. They like the word guide. I'm going to guide you through this journey. I'm going to guide you along the way. I'm going to be right there with you. They don't want you in front of them. They don't want you to be, you know, this Gen Z. Thank you. Sorry. They want you to be alongside them along the journey. And it was funny how they said 22% of them, only 22% of them actually wanted to build a team, but 89% of them want to be leaders. So they all want to lead and be leaders, but to them, it's not like I'm building this huge, massive team under me. It's more of like, I'm just talking with my friends and we're going to all do this together. And they want to just make a difference in the world. And so obviously we're doing that. We have multiple ways that we're making a difference in the world here, especially through our philanthropy that we have as well. So that's always something good to talk about. But then they also, you know, talk about the baby boomers who need this. And my husband's a financial advisor and he talks to people about their finances all the time. And there's that sandwich generation, and the sandwich generation has to provide and take care for their parents who are in, you know, nursing homes right now, but they also have their own kids. Sometimes they even have grandkids. And so there's like this middle group where like, they have all these expenses they're taking on. If they have to help with nursing home, if they don't have, I forget what it's called, you know, to pay for that. My brain's fried. Or, you know, and they're paying for kids' college, or they're having to pay for cars or car insurance. You know, it's like, it's just a lot of added stress financially. And so we kind of don't have an option but to have multiple streams of income. And using that multiple streams of income is a lingo that's like just what people want to hear in multiple streams of income. What else? I loved how they said comparing, like, I'd rather have 1% of what 100 people do versus 100% of one person, what they do. To me, that's OPE, other people's efforts. This industry is so special because we get to help them, guide them, train them, but we also get benefits off of multiple people's efforts. How are you going to go to another job and really see pay coming back to you on multiple people's efforts that you have helped? Like, this is a no-brainer. So I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than just 100% of one person's efforts, if that makes sense. That one stuck out a lot. What else really stuck out is like the amount of Bravenly people we had there. Like, we had almost like half the room, I think. We were a big chunk of who came to this conference, which to me shows me that we have people who care, who want to grow, who want to learn. And if you have an entire company on the same page wanting to be better, the whole company is just going to continue to grow so fast, not just in product sales, but just in knowledge and wanting to do something good for network marketing. So we should totally double that next year and bring even more of us and like completely take over the room, which the quality of people that we have here in Bravenly is very special and very unique. We are professional. There's so many people who have done amazing things within this company. We had, Keith Halls, who had been in network marketing for 40 years, and then all his group of his whole table, they all have been with him for like 30 years all together. I'm like, that is so cool. And they're here in Bravenly. Garrett, who ran the show, here in Bravenly. I thought that was amazing. I think I already talked about this, but the adversity that they had to face, a lot of them spoke about what they had to do back in my day, back 40 years ago when they had to all that was belly to belly, when they had to drive around like state to state, I think the cell phone maybe came out and they were able to call on their cell phone, which made it easier. They showed us their videotapes, they showed us their VHSs, they showed us all that. And I remember as well, but guys, we have so much at our fingertips. It's kind of no excuses at this point. Like, we have so much with instant that we can share with people. You can send a project broadcast text and boom, like 500 people get one message. Can you imagine the amount of time that they had to take to call 500 people to get the message to them? Like, we have all this at our fingertips. Like, we kind of don't have an excuse for like why we're not communicating with other people. Like, it was just the grit and the adversity. It's like, dang, I feel like sometimes we don't have that anymore because we want the microwave. We're a microwave society. We want the quick, easy. Do we still have that grit within us to make it happen no matter what? So the tenacity, that like really stood out to me. And then number 3, I think we talked about how we're keeping up with the times, but I feel like we're keeping up with the times in Bravenly, but with class. Like, I feel like this is such a company where we hold ourselves and we posture up, and we just do it in a very humble, classy way. And I love that, the way that we represent our company and how we, the integrity is very important here. I love that. Okay. And then I'm going to finish with this. If they can do it, so can I. I looked at people on that stage. There was one night at dinner where, I know his name now. Mr. Higginbotham, because I won't forget Higginbotham. He came up to me, he's like, oh my gosh, you did so good on stage. I'm like, well, thank you, but I wasn't on stage. I appreciate that. He's like, you were? I'm like, not yet, but one day I will be. He's like, yes, one day you will be. I can tell, one day you will be. And I think just like Kristen, like, I had lost that belief within myself as a leader in network marketing, because I just felt like I had been like beaten down. People have said things, or they try to I don't know. I just feel like I have lost my way as a leader in network marketing. And it just reaffirmed that like any of us can be a leader. If they can do it, you all can do it too. The only difference is they wanted it and they went after it, and they didn't stop until it happened. And it's like, do you have that within you to believe that you can be something amazing in network marketing, that you can leave a legacy in network marketing? You can leave if that's what you want. But like, we talked a lot with Jessie Lee's best friend, and, they said she didn't beat cancer, but she beat death because she created the content. She helped so many people. She changed so many lives. She touched so many people in a positive way. that they're not going to forget her. And they say you die twice, right? The first time is when you actually die. And the second time is when the last person on earth remembers you. How long are people going to remember you? How long is that legacy going to go? What are you creating? What are you putting out there? How are you affecting people positively? How are you making an impact that you're never going to die? To me, that's what I want. And in this network marketing space, we have that ability to do that. We know how to work social media. We know how to make those cute little videos. We know how to be someone that can guide another person out of debt and help them. We can guide them out of suffering physically, or we can guide someone to Jesus with we prayed before we got on the Zoom. We have that ability to change someone's life and leave that legacy forever. How are you going to make a foot stamp on the world? So there was a lot of takeaways, and I'm definitely going again next year, and I'm bringing at least 10 people for my team because they need to hear everything. I can't regurgitate all of that. Everyone had their own specialty. And the AI stuff, y'all, I wish I could get into that. Boom. The AI blew my mind, like crazy amazing. So you all have to get there. It is worth the investment. I'm telling you, the people you're going to meet, I've already talked to so many people in other companies past this weekend that have just been like, hey, like, let's just be friends. We understand the happiness here. We understand the struggle here. Let's just be a positive friendship in this industry because we need more of that too. So I'm going to pass it back to you, Carly, or if we're good, I know you got to go, but thanks everybody for being on tonight. And yeah, it was amazing.
Thanks, friend. I appreciate it. That everything you said was incredible, and I love your heart, and I appreciate you sharing and bringing it home for us. So anyway, you guys, you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Get excited about what we have here at Bravenly, guys, because we saw what happened last month. And no, we don't have BurnX right now, but it is coming back soon. Oh, real quick, the new Calm. Okay, it's Calm, but it has passion flower added to it. You guys, that is going to really boost the effectiveness. Calm already works well. Can you imagine with this? So get your hands on that Calm when that comes out. Lots of exciting things ahead. So you guys, and we'll see some of you in Punta Cana. Good night, guys. Thanks.